These 5 phrases drive any woman crazy. Check it yourself, Stoicism. Old Stoic Wisdom. Love is not something you find. Love is something that finds you, but it can only find you if you know how to speak the language of the heart. Unknown. Gentlemen, let's dive straight into it. If you want to be more than just another guy in her life, if you want to stand out as the kind of man who commands her attention, one who leaves a lasting impression, then pay close attention. I'm about to share with you 3 phrases that have the power to captivate any woman. That's right, 3 simple phrases that will enter her mind and refuse to leave. You'll find yourself embedded in her thoughts, even when she tries to push you out. These aren't just words, they are a psychological masterstroke, a clever manipulation of her emotions. What you're doing is activating deep-rooted instincts that have been ingrained in women for centuries. It's nature's game, and when played right, you'll find yourself in a position of undeniable influence. The beauty of these phrases is their universal appeal. Whether she's young or mature, self-assured or distant, these words have the power to break through any emotional barrier. But, before I share them with you, a word of caution. Use them wisely. The consequences of mastering these phrases: you'll never have a moment's peace from women who will now be drawn to you like never before. Are you ready? Let's begin. The first phrase that will drive any woman wild is, "I'm not like the others." Now, do you really think women don't notice that most guys behave in the same predictable way? Trust me, they absolutely do. Every day they're bombarded with the same messages, the same compliments, and the same empty promises. They've seen it all before, and they know exactly how most men will behave. And then you come along and say, "I'm not like the others." In that instant, her mind starts to race. She can't help but think, what makes him different? What's unique about him? You've piqued her curiosity, and that's when the magic happens. She'll begin to wonder, question, and try to decipher you. Now, she's trying to understand what sets you apart. But here's the catch. You cannot simply say the words and leave it at that. You have to back up your claim with actions. If you're truly not like the others, show her that you're not. Confidence is key, but so is authenticity. Don't fall for the trap of trying to prove anything. Don't chase validation from her. Instead, act as though she should be working to earn your attention, not the other way around. Women can sense when a man is trying too hard to please. They can smell insecurity from miles away, and nothing is less attractive than a man who seeks approval. When you say, "I'm not like the others," make sure your actions align with your words. Let her feel your uniqueness in every interaction. Don't be the typical, nice guy who tries to impress with humor or kindness. No, you must be the man who stands apart by doing things on your own terms. For example, if she tells you she likes a man with a good sense of humor, don't immediately try to make her laugh. Instead, confidently say, "But humor isn't the most important thing in a man." This will instantly make her stop and think, why isn't he following my expectations? Why isn't he trying to please me? This is the moment when she begins to realize that you're different from the others, and that's when the intrigue starts to grow. Next time a woman brings up her ex-boyfriend or starts talking about her past relationships, simply smile and say, "You know, I'm not like the others." Don't elaborate. Don't over-explain. Let her ask the questions. Let her be the one to pursue the conversation further. This will keep her guessing, and that mystery is what will draw her in. Let her try to figure you out, and as she does, she'll start to see that you're not just another man repeating the same lines. You're the one she can't quite place, and when a woman starts testing you with provocative questions or pushes your boundaries, that's when you know you're on the right path. She wants to see if you're truly different, or if you're just another guy who's offering empty words. This is the beauty of the Stoic approach, not to bend to the expectations or emotional games that others play. Like Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By mastering your own thoughts and actions, you're no longer at the mercy of someone else's expectations or manipulations. Instead, you hold the power to influence her perception. to make her realize that you're not just another man she can easily categorize. So, gentlemen, if you want to stand out, start by showing that you're different, not just through your words, but through your behavior. Don't fall for the games. Keep your distance, stand firm, and let her come to you. And when she does, you'll know you've made an impression that will last. What do you think? Have you tried this before? I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Drop them in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation. The second phrase that has the power to captivate a woman's attention is, "You won't be bored with me." This simple yet profound statement works wonders because it taps into one of the most universal fears that women have: boredom. No one wants to be stuck in a relationship where the excitement fades and the days become monotonous. Women, in particular, dread the idea of being with a man who offers nothing but dull routines, who simply sits on the couch and fails to surprise her. This fear of boredom creates an emotional vacuum that leaves them longing for something more, something unexpected, something exciting. When you tell a woman that she won't be bored with you, you're not just making a promise, you're giving her a glimpse of a life filled with adventure, emotional engagement, and constant new experiences. The power of this phrase lies in its ability to spark her imagination. By saying this, you're offering her the mental image of two people on a thrilling journey together, one where the next move is always uncertain and full of possibility. It's the intrigue that excites her, the idea that with you, she'll never know what comes next, but she knows it will always be something fresh, something worth experiencing. The key here is to make the statement an assertion, not a suggestion. You want to deliver it with the confidence of someone who knows this as an established fact, without over-explaining or qualifying it. Let her mind fill in the blanks, creating the excitement and curiosity for you. Consider a scenario. If she mentions not knowing what to do over the weekend, instead of offering a detailed plan, you could casually respond, "Well, with me, you definitely won't be bored." A slight smirk on your face, followed by a moment of silence, will keep her intrigued. She'll begin to wonder why you're so confident, and that's when the magic happens. She'll naturally be pulled into the conversation, asking, "Why do you think that?" And now you have the perfect opening to continue the interaction in a playful, mysterious way, creating an atmosphere of fun and light-hearted tension. However, be careful not to overdo it. You're not there to entertain her like a circus clown trying to win her affection through gimmicks. Instead, maintain an air of mystery and composure. It's about balancing the excitement with an underlying calmness, a stoic self-assurance that she finds both alluring and safe. This approach not only keeps the interaction intriguing, but also showcases your emotional stability and the depth of your character. Remember, women are drawn to men who can offer them both passion and control, the ability to take them on a thrilling ride while remaining grounded and in control of their emotions. In the context of modern life, this approach aligns perfectly with the need for a man to provide stability and excitement in a relationship. We live in a world where monotony can seep into every corner of our lives, work, responsibilities, and the endless cycle of daily tasks. In relationships, this boredom can be even more suffocating, and women need a partner who can break the routine and keep things interesting. By presenting yourself as someone who brings this dynamic energy into her life, you position yourself as an exciting and unique presence in a sea of sameness. This is where Stoicism can be subtly woven into your behaviour. A Stoic man understands the importance of self-control, emotional resilience, and the ability to create excitement without becoming chaotic or unpredictable. He doesn't rely on theatrics or superficial charm. Instead, his intrigue stems from the quiet confidence that no matter what happens, he can handle it. This calm under pressure, paired with an adventurous spirit, makes him irresistible. By embracing these Stoic principles, you can show her that you're not just fun, but someone she can trust to navigate life's ups and downs with her. So the next time you're talking to a woman and the conversation drifts toward the weekend or plans for the future, remember this powerful phrase: "You won't be bored with me," isn't just a statement. It's an invitation to a journey that promises emotional depth, adventure, and a life less ordinary. Use it wisely, with a hint of mystery and self-assurance, and watch as her curiosity draws her closer to you. And if you're ready to win over your dream girl, please comment, "I'm ready to conquer," so we can move on to the next part. The third phrase is simple, yet it holds immense power. "You don't know what I'm capable of." This phrase is a game changer, one that drives any woman crazy, whether she realizes it or not. It creates a mysterious aura about you. When you say this, you're not bragging or boasting about your achievements. You're leaving a tantalizing question hanging in the air. It's a statement that forces her mind to search, to wonder, to dive deep into the mystery of who you are. And that's where the magic lies. As humans, we crave mystery, especially when it comes to attraction. We are drawn to what we can't immediately understand, to the unknown. Women, in particular, are wired to appreciate a man who is hard to read, who leaves them guessing, and who is unpredictable. No woman wants a man who is easy to figure out, someone whose every move is obvious. They crave the thrill of uncertainty, the excitement of not knowing what's next. So, when should you use this phrase? Imagine she comments, "You always seem so confident." Instead of just agreeing or giving a regular compliment, you look at her with calm confidence and say, "You don't know what I'm capable of." Let the silence hang for a moment. Let the tension build. Or picture a scenario where she challenges you, "Do you think you'll manage to surprise me?" Your response, the same. "You don't know what I'm capable of." Pause. Watch her mind begin to work. She will start questioning, wondering what you meant, what lies beneath the surface. This creates an emotional surge, anticipation. But here's where it gets even more powerful. Say this at the most unexpected moment. Imagine sitting in a cozy cafe, sipping your drink, and she's telling you a story. Out of nowhere, without any build-up, you look at her and say, "You don't know what I'm capable of?" What happens next? The world around her seems to freeze for a moment. Her mind starts racing. What does he mean? What is he capable of? The curiosity kicks in, and suddenly she wants to know more. That's when the spell is cast. The mystery isn't just in the words, it's in the effect they have on her psyche. It awakens her emotions, curiosity, intrigue, desire. Women crave those emotions. They live for them. Your role is to become the provider of those emotions, to create an experience that is unforgettable. As famed philosopher Heraclitus once said, "Character is destiny." And this phrase, "You don't know what I'm capable of," is a reflection of your character. It's not about saying flashy things or trying to impress her with empty words. It's about creating an aura of unpredictability and depth. Women aren't attracted to the superficial. They are drawn to the man who remains a bit of a mystery, someone whose true essence is revealed only to those worthy of understanding it. This is where the art of Stoicism comes into play. Stoics believed in the importance of self-control, mystery, and leaving the world to wonder about you. By practicing Stoic principles, you embody confidence, self-discipline, and emotional mastery, all qualities that make this phrase even more effective. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If you can master the art of keeping your emotions in check and saying just the right thing at the right moment, you'll begin to see the power of emotional influence unfold before you. In modern life, relationships are filled with a need for intrigue, curiosity, and excitement. We live in a world that is overly predictable and often superficial. To stand out, to make an impression, you must be different. You must give her more than just a smile and a compliment. You must provide her with the thrill of wondering, the excitement of discovery, and the emotional connection she craves. The best way to do this is by saying less, but saying it in a way that sticks with her. "You don't know what I'm capable of" isn't just a phrase, it's a way of life. It's a philosophy that drives attraction, creates desire, and ensures that you remain unforgettable. So remember, use it wisely, and watch her become captivated by the mystery that is you. The fourth phrase that drives any woman wild is, I don't need you, but I want you. This simple yet powerful statement embodies the very essence of Stoic strength and emotional mastery. It speaks volumes about a man who is confident in his own life, values, and mission, yet still chooses to make room for a woman. By saying this, you're conveying that your life is complete on its own, that you have purpose, ambition, and direction, and you are not desperate for her attention or approval. However, you recognize her worth, and in a world full of options, you choose her, not out of need, but out of desire for what she adds to your already fulfilling life. Women deeply respect men who possess a strong sense of self and emotional control. A man who knows that he doesn't require anyone to define his happiness is incredibly attractive. When you say, I don't need you, but I want you, you are not elevating her to an unattainable pedestal nor seeking her validation. Instead, you're demonstrating that you already have everything necessary for a fulfilling life, and that your interest in her is a choice based on her value, not a void that needs to be filled. This creates a powerful, high-value image in her eyes, one of self-sufficiency and strength. You aren't someone who's desperate for love, but rather someone who carefully chooses his partners based on the positive energy they contribute to his life. This phrase also sparks intrigue. Women, like all humans, are drawn to the mysterious and the unattainable. When you don't need her, but express a desire to have her in your life, it makes you someone she'll feel compelled to pursue. It's a paradox that forces her to think, why doesn't he need me? Why does he want me then? This triggers curiosity and emotional engagement, which naturally deepens her attraction to you. There's a quiet strength in how you say this. No desperation, just calm conviction. When you speak with confidence and control, you leave a lasting impression that will make her pause and reconsider her perspective on you. The key is not to come across as aloof or indifferent, but to say it with genuine calmness, where your demeanour is unshaken, like a man who has everything under control. This causes her to reflect and seek out your reasoning, which is when she becomes invested in you. As the philosopher Epictetus wisely stated, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This philosophy can be applied here. By needing less, you become a man of higher value, someone who is not driven by desperation, but by choice. In relationships and in life, it's not about constantly chasing after something, but rather knowing when and why you choose to give your energy to something or someone. And when you choose, your choice carries weight. To all the men who are listening, I challenge you to embrace this Stoic strength. Say it to yourself, say it with conviction. I don't need you, but I want you. Let this statement become a reflection of your own emotional mastery, your self-sufficiency, and your strong sense of identity. It will transform the way you approach relationships, making you a man who is attractive because of the power and emotional control you have over your own life. And now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever said something like this in a relationship? How did it change the dynamic? To all the men who are listening, I challenge you to embrace this Stoic strength. Say it to yourself, say it with conviction. I don't need you, but I want you. Let this statement become a reflection of your own emotional mastery, your self-sufficiency, and your strong sense of identity. It will transform the way you approach relationships, making you a man who is attractive because of the power and emotional control you have over your own life. And now, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever said something like this in a relationship? How did it change the dynamic? Comment below to remember. I don't need you, but I want you. Let's keep the conversation going. Share your experiences and thoughts on how this Stoic mindset has shaped your relationships. The fifth phrase that is sure to capture a woman's attention is, I'm not afraid of losing you. This phrase embodies a fundamental Stoic principle, the art of accepting things as they are, free from the chains of fear and desire. Fear of loss is perhaps one of the most potent emotions that can drive human behavior in relationships. And by boldly stating that you are not afraid of losing her, you effectively disarm that fear. In doing so, you demonstrate a profound level of emotional strength and composure, standing firm in your sense of self, no matter what external circumstances may arise. The message you're sending is clear. You are not someone who is controlled by anxiety or neediness, and this creates an aura of calm, which is undeniably magnetic. By saying, "I'm not afraid of losing you," you are showing a deep understanding of emotional freedom. You're not clinging to her for validation or fulfillment. Instead, you are grounded in your own emotional stability. This independence is a key trait that women find highly attractive. It communicates that your happiness does not depend on her, but rather you choose her freely because you value her, not because you need her to feel complete. This act of emotional sovereignty adds a layer of mystery and intrigue to your presence, as she will wonder how someone can remain so unshaken, so composed. In a world where emotional chaos often reigns, it's a display of strength that most people crave but struggle to embody. However, it's important to use this phrase with care. If you say it with the wrong energy, it could come across as cold, detached, or uncaring. The key is to deliver it with warmth and assertiveness, showing her that while you value and appreciate her presence, you are not desperate for it. You are not emotionally dependent on her, which paradoxically will make her more curious and drawn to you. The truth is, emotional independence is an alluring quality because it signals that you are a man who knows how to stand on his own 2 feet, a man who isn't ruled by fear or by the desire to control outcomes. The legendary Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that challenges, including the fear of loss, can be powerful catalysts for growth when you learn to accept them. When you live without the fear of loss, you live freely, and that freedom is what will attract the right kind of person into your life. This phrase, when said with the right energy, becomes a signal of confidence and emotional strength, both of which will deepen her attraction to you. As you apply this Stoic wisdom to your own relationships, remember that emotional independence does not mean neglecting or disregarding the person you care about. It simply means that you are emotionally complete on your own, and you choose to share your life with her, not because you need to, but because you want to. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever used this phrase in a relationship? How did it change the dynamic? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation about how Stoic wisdom can transform the way we approach love and relationships. These phrases I'm sharing with you aren't just words. They are psychological tools, sharp hooks designed to capture her attention, to draw her in repeatedly. These words tap into her emotions, her interests, and her desires, sparking a curiosity to understand you on a deeper level. But here's the truth. They only work if you have the right mindset. If you rely too heavily on her approval, if you're desperate to please, or if you try too hard to fit into her expectations, no phrase, no matter how clever, will save you. At that point, you'll just end up disappointed, writing comments claiming this advice is nonsense, when in fact, it's not the words, but your own weakness that's failing you. The key here is control. You need to be the kind of man who sets his own rules. You are not here to apologize for who you are. You're not here to beg for her attention. Instead, you offer your emotions, your presence, but you always remain in control of the situation. This is what makes these phrases work. They create intrigue. They keep her on edge, constantly wondering, what's different about him? They give her reasons to think about you long after your conversation ends. Remember, confidence is not just a facade. It's not something you put on when you need to impress. Confidence is an inner state. It's a belief that you are the master of your own world, regardless of how she might seem to control the moment. In fact, it's the man who knows his worth and his boundaries, who sets the rules of engagement, who ultimately controls the dynamic, even when it seems like she's in charge. Non-verbal communication is just as crucial as the words you say. These phrases are far more powerful when delivered with the right tone, gaze, and posture. Let me give you an example. If you say, "You don't know what I'm capable of," while nervously fidgeting, biting your nails, or hesitating between words, the effect will be the exact opposite of what you want. You'll seem unsure, insecure, but if you speak those words with calmness, with confidence, and with steady eye contact, she won't be able to help but imagine all the possibilities. And that's the magic. You'll have planted a seed of intrigue, one that will grow in her mind as she wonders, what does he really mean by that? As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. When you are calm, confident, and unshaken by the external, you become the man who creates his own path, no matter the obstacles or distractions that come your way. Women are drawn to this kind of strength, the kind that doesn't rely on external validation, the kind that stands firm regardless of the situation. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you tried using these phrases before? What was your experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss how we can all use these strategies to become stronger, more confident men in relationships. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the game. Most men never learn these simple yet powerful phrases. Now, it's time to take action. Try using these phrases and let us know which one made an impact. Share your own experiences in the comments. If you're ready for more insights like this, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. There's much more coming your way. Don't wait. Comment below. I'm ready to take action and make a difference. Remember, a true Stoic man doesn't just follow the crowd, he creates his own path. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and always remember, you were the prize all along.